And then he goes on to say, but to each of you grace has been given according to the measure of Christ's gift. Therefore, he says, when he ascended on high, he led captivity captive and gave gifts to men. So this is fun to talk about, at least for me. So when you go into battle, when you went into battle in antiquity, that your pay would generally not be very good if you got any pay at all. But what would happen is you would go into battle and you would conquer, right? Or you would want to conquer. And when you conquered, you would take the spoils of war. You would take the booty, right? You would run home with the necklaces and everything else which had value, which is not indifferent or not entirely unlike what took place when the Israelites, remember when the Israelites were leaving Egypt? That they were to go in there and get the gold and the silver, or that the Egyptians were to give them their gold and their silver and articles of value, or no, clothing. They took clothing. And what's happening then in the text that Elder Clements read in Psalm 68 is you have a king who's going into battle, and that this king conquers his enemies. And what the king is now doing is he's coming back from battle, and he's going to distribute those gifts throughout all those in his kingdom. The victorious king, what happens when you win? You have the spoils of war, and then you have to distribute those spoils of war. And what Paul is doing is referencing Psalm 68 and saying that this is what has happened in the Christian gospel. There's a distributing of gifts, a psalm of victory and confidence, and that surely God will crush the heads of his enemies, and encouragement in the next verse in Psalm 68 that we didn't read. Praise be to the God of our Savior, who daily bears our burdens. Daily bears our burdens. Old Testament, he bears our burdens.